This is All of It on WNYC. I'm Allison Stewart. Our musical guests for our spring Get Lit finale were John Linnell and John Flansburgh, also known as They Might Be Giants. This year is the 40th anniversary of the band's debut album. Since forming in Brooklyn in the 1980s, they have just released their 24th album called The World Is to Dig.
Get down, get down. They broke the code, here's what they found. Get down, get down. It seems this masses have been traveling through the cosmos for 100,000 years. The alarms went off and the teletype came to life. They ran.
They Might Be Giants put together a special set list inspired by Tom Perrotta's novels. For their election-themed pick, here's their performance of their song, James K. Polk.
In 1844, the Democrats were split. The three nominees for the presidential candidate were Martin Van Buren, a former president and an abolitionist, James Buchanan, a moderate, Lewis Cass, a general and expansionist. From Nashville came a dark horse riding up. He was James K. Polk, Napoleon of the stump. Austere, severe, he held few people dear. His oratory filled his foes with fear. The factions soon agreed he's just the man we need to bring about victory, fulfill our manifest destiny, and annex the land the Mexicans command. And when the votes were cast, the winner was Mr. James K. Polk, Napoleon of the stump. Flansburgh, explain. In 4 short years, he met his every goal. He seized the whole Southwest from Mexico, made sure the tariffs fell, and made the English sell the Oregon Territory. He built an independent treasury. Having done all this, he sought no second term. But precious few have mourned the passing of Mr. James K. Polk, our 11th president. Young Hickory, Napoleon of the stump. Thank you very much.
They Might Be Giants. Can you hear me? And this is Marty Beller on. It's nice to meet you. Nice to speak with you again after so many years. Mr. Linnell, when did you first start recording The World Is to Dig?
I can't remember. It was kind of in the midst of a lot of chaos that was going on for us. We suffered a bunch of personal mishaps, and there was a COVID crisis, and we were kind of dovetailing out of the previous recording that we did. Mr. Flansburgh, do you care to?
Yeah, I was just thinking back on the bad times.
Right.
Oh no!
Right.
Oh no!
Yeah. Yeah. It's actually been a long gap.
It's been a crucible. When you said 24 albums, I was like, why not 25?
There's still time. There's still time. Mr. Flansburgh, you said this album, like our first album, was all made by the same people at the same time in the same place.
That's true.
Why is that important?
Well, I think I mean the album, the musical album as like a form of artistic output, which is like so many cultural things these days, is kind of like an endangered species. It's like what it represents is kind of up for grabs, and a lot of times, people will come at you and sort of say like, "Is this a concept album?" or like, "What's the deal?" But I think there is something about making a whole musical project in a moment that kind of freezes it in a very exciting way, and so it was just really. I was probably responding to the like, is this a concept album thing, which our albums never are, but they are related to each other. Like they do sort of hang together in a way that's actually kind of its own. Like our very first album, the thing I like about our better work is that it feels. Well, I can say that, it's a good album. But it's like it hangs together like its own like little musical universe, and that's kind of like the most exciting thing for me.
You've made 24,
I know.
soon to
Should've
be
been
25, could be 25 albums. Your fans will buy your records because they love you and they love you hearing your music. But how do you stay engaged? How do you stay engaged after recording so many albums?
Well, I think we're just compulsive, I think that's the trick to the whole project, really, is that we just keep doing it because we're compelled to, and there isn't really some sense of there's no outer force that's I mean, we do like making a living at it. That's
sure.
It's helpful that we do make money and we do make a living doing this, and sometimes we do kind of fall back. Oh, I got to make a record because I got bills to pay. But really, I think we'd be doing this, if we were not making any money. We'd be,
something to look forward to.
Yeah, exactly.
The new album is 18 songs long.
Yep.
How many songs did you have to choose from?
Oh, probably something like 25 to 30. I mean, song is a big word.
But that's our usual methodology. We
Yeah.
try and get a big pile together, and then we select the stuff that looks, as John said, looks like it'll hang together as a record. And it's a luxury. I mean, we do write a lot of songs, and there's two of us writing. Yeah. So but we spent longer, I think, on this one than we've spent in quite a while on another record.
What was the hardest song to figure out? Should it be on this album?
Well, probably something that didn't make the record, but no, I mean, I think as as active songwriters, you do find yourself often like painting yourself into a corner, and it's really hard to break out of that. I mean, that like third verses are really difficult. Bridges can be impossible, and so you decide there are all these different points in kind of putting a song together where you think it's finished, but you're kind of lying to yourself. Like it's like you're confident that you can like start working on the end product rather than the first draft. So it's like it's a kind of an exercise. And sometimes you realize like you really don't have any words except like the title line, and then you're painted in the corner.
All right, you have to tell me if this is true or not because the internet. It said that The World is to Dig is a reference to the 1950s children's book A Hole is to Dig.
Yes, that's absolutely true.
By
Yes.
Ruth Krauss with illustrations by Maurice Sendak.
Yeah, it was
Correct.
one of his very earliest jobs. And for all you art history buffs out there, her previous illustrator collaborator was Ad Reinhardt, one of the most impossible painters ever. And a very celebrated educator in the New York City area. He painted the paintings that are completely black, and people are like, I mean, it's like beyond my kid could do that. And
My kid wouldn't do that.
right, right. Nobody's kid is doing what Ad Reinhardt was doing. But I guess Ruth got sick of Ad Reinhardt and moved on to Maurice Sendak, who was a little more jovial.
The book we talked about tonight by Tom Perrotta, Ghost Town, is about being a teenager in the 70s, as you both were. What was important to you when you were a teenage John Linnell?
Well, I guess, we had a social group, and we shared a lot of, sensibilities then. I guess, when I'm thinking about, like, in terms of, like, developing as musicians, like, there was this notion that there was popular culture, and then there was this, what we then thought of as underground culture. There was underground radio, and there was popular radio, and they were both important, and the weird thing was that, you use the underground thing to kind of identify yourself, but popular culture was just as, the Beatles were just as important, and AM radio. So it was that notion of, it's all up for grabs. Like you get to have all of that. Even as punk rock was kind of emerging, I remember, John and I both admired ABBA, for example. Like there was plenty of still, like, just nakedly commercial stuff that was just as good and just as cool and interesting.
What about for you? What was important to you as a teenager?
I had an ABBA T-shirt that was very, very important to me. I worked in a record store. It's interesting to live. People talk about the monoculture a lot, like, and how the monoculture is going away, and a lot of times I sort of like celebrate that because I sort of think, like, I've sort of had enough of the monoculture. But the idea of, like, an actual dominant subculture is something that's very different than everybody just off in their own little corners. Mm-hmm. And I keep on coming back to corners. It's so different. It's so completely different. Music culture is so completely different. Having grown up, like, obsessed with music, we live in this incredibly democratized time, and people are always asking us, like, do you have any advice for like young musicians? And it's like stop, save yourself. It's too late. It's too late for us. I don't know. It's such a different time. I can. There are lots of things about it that I can relate to, and there are things about it I can't relate to. But it's just a different world, and it keeps on getting more different.
You're gonna play a couple more songs for us?
Yeah, sure.
All right. They might be giants.
So this is a song that we put on the set list because we thought it'd be like this would come after the leftovers portion of the program.
Draw the curtain, look, you're only sleeping. Or is this only what the other you is dreaming? Either way, hard to take. Ashen features unmistakably your own. Familiar posture, recast in skin and bone. Person from today, here is you in 2082. Remove your helmet, first equalize the pressure. No, but first take readings to be sure the atmosphere is safe. Yes, it's safe. As the ancient one cranes his neck to look, you see his hand's been replaced with a hook. But it's clear you're very much alive. It's 2105. No, it's 2240. No, it's 2415. How can you still be living? What does this mean? You must honor and respect the older fellow, even as you suffocate him with his pillow. Though you're strong, he was wise. There is much you can learn from the sage, and though you leave and travel back to your old age, you will meet again, you two, in 2082. What was the look he gave intended to convey? Was there something else he was trying to say? It will all be revealed to you in 2082. 2082.
Hey, thank you so much, everybody. We want to thank everybody at all of it for being so nice all afternoon long. This is like a kooky gig for us. This is our last song, and it's called How Can I Sing Like a Girl? Birds are calling to sing along, but my window's painted shut, and all that year of chorus taught me is out of style and long forgot. How can I sing like a girl and not be stigmatized by the rest of the world? Tell me, how can I sing like a girl and not be objectified as if I were a girl? I want to raise my freak flag higher and higher, and I want to raise my freak flag and never be alone. Never be alone. Rock me, John. From the watchtowers I've been spotted, fingers pointing at my mouth. Spotlights turn and pivot towards me, but I dare not make a sound. How can I sing like a girl and not be stigmatized by the rest of the world? Tell me, how can I sing like a girl and not be objectified as if I were a girl? Thank you so much.
That was They Might Be Giants with a special performance from our May Get Lit with All of It book club event with author Tom Perrotta. A quick reminder to you, you have just a few weeks to complete the All of It Summer Reading Challenge. You've got until Labor Day weekend to read one book in each of 6 different categories and win a prize. To tell us when you've finished, head to wnyc.org/summer reading challenge. Get Lit will be back in September with a very exciting event. We'll have more to share very soon.